Good afternoon everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Mirena Pasakis, oil painter and artist, totally in love with colour. Now this is episode number 4 of the Sketchbook project and the last video of this series of the Sketchbook project. So in today's episode what I wanted to talk to you about is really the last remaining pages of the book that I created, as well as give you the shelf number where you can go in at the Brooklyn Art Library and check out the book via the number, or you can search and ask for it via its title, which is called, of course, The Colour Within. So the book has been already sent to New York, to Brooklyn Art Library, and they've received it and they've allocated the number for it, and I'll include that, as you can see, in the video just below. So if you happen to be in New York or going to Brooklyn, or you know someone that's in Brooklyn and can do with some a different day out, a different experience, certainly give them a shout and say, hey, go and check out this book, go and check out the Brooklyn Art Library, the Sketchbook project, and perhaps they can experience something different. You never know where the universe will take you in these situations. I'm a big believer in that. So why not give someone a different opportunity to experience something different in their day? As you have heard me talk before, the book, the sketchbook that I created, is really all about legacy, and the whole idea that I always wanted to impart to any reader is to start to focus on the benefit on expanding their inner colour and on meditating on colour, and how colour can expand and open up new doorways, and that our mind reacts to colour differently and is able to create new synapses, and as a result give us new experiences. So the whole idea of this sketchbook, for me at least, was all about legacy and all about opening the window of light within another person, where their inspiration is ignited and they are then able to create something new and wonderful and add to this beautiful universe that we all are creating individually and collectively at the same time. Now, one of the things, of course, you know, everyone says and talks about acting on your highest joy, and it is really important. I want to stress out that when you act on your highest joy, not everything's going to turn out rosy, but there are reasons for that. I think any challenges that come our way are really roadblocks asking us to look to a new direction. And if you are not acting on your highest joy, I can only say from the bottom of my heart that don't blame your circumstances and situation, because if you are, you're just really taking away your inner power and you're highlighting your powerlessness, which you are not. So just remember that there's always a new direction to go towards, no matter the situation that you're in. And I'm certainly an example of that. Whilst I can't give you as much detail in this video, I can certainly tell you that challenges have become my norm at the moment. So always take the bull by the horns and redirect your life based on what you can do, not based on what you can't do. And so really the intention with this book was all about sharing the what's worked in my life and pairing these sketches and colour with poems, and hopefully being able to inspire, if it's just one person, to perhaps create something wonderful within your own life. Now, one of the pages that I focused on, to get back to the book at this point, one of the pages that I focused on within the book is quite a simple image, and it was created with a pen, and I believe I've added a couple of unique stickers to it. And the image is of a cherry blossom, that a painting that I'd done a couple of years ago, and so I wanted to recreate that with pen, and I think it added quite a nice textural aspect to the page. But the idea with that is that in such a simple image, and the colour within that, and pairing it with a poem, it was really all about asking the reader to pay attention to the meaning that they were creating and the meaning that they were adding to them. And I read you just one of the verses of the poem is as follows, pairing it, mind you, with the image, the simple still life image. The meaning in what I see, answer, I created that reality. Feel different, grow free. The secret, be who you want to be. I think that was quite powerful. Now, in other pages, of course, within the book, one page in particular doesn't have poetry with it. They simply have simple images like nature and Mehendi style designing concepts. And so the idea behind that is really to allow your mind to be still. And that's the intention for majority of these pages. I would have, it would have been easy to add words to the page and put in a sketch with the poem, but what I was focused really, my intention of what I want to create is that I wanted to allow your own mind to begin to tell a story, your story, and to start to understand how you observe that story. Is it in a positive light or is it in a negative light? The other page that I really liked, and perhaps it's one of the most simplest of pages within the book and something that might not be as obvious, really only has a poem and a blank page, so there's no drawing next to it. Again, the idea behind this blank page is to allow your own stillness to come up, that when we are not stimulated, we start to understand the thoughts that are mostly in our mind. So when we allow stillness to be present, we start to begin to see the thought, we start to begin to feel the emotion within our body and our reaction. And when we begin to understand that, then we begin to know why we are not creating our own ideal and or desired outcome, because really we are the creators of our reality. And so the poem that is based or paired with that blank page is as follows, and I'll read you only a couple of verses, not all of it, but here it goes. Relationships without a name, the heart navigates a difficult game. I have seen those smiles pass, relationship demons hiding in the grass. And I end the poem by saying, one last word, give thanks today, not tomorrow. See that wonderful face and release your sorrow. And I think with every breath that we take, with every stillness that we bring in within our mind and our body, and then take a breath at each moment, there's power in that, because we are able to direct our thoughts when we realize what we are thinking, and therefore direct our energy. So the number for the shelf number for this book, The Color Within, at the Brooklyn Art Library is again 378.3-2, and you can have that. You can check out that book from the library and again connect with it and read it and begin the journey of inspiration within your story of life. I thank you wholeheartedly for watching all my videos, and in particular for tuning in with this process of creating the sketchbook, The Color Within. It was absolutely my most inspired process, and I spent a lot of time, my spare time in between work, in between many other challenges that were occurring in the last 2 months, to put this book together and to have it delivered back on time. If you have any questions, please do. Happy to answer and direct you as best as I can with my art processes. In the meantime, as always, stay creative, stay inspired, allow your inspiration to come through your own mind, allow the stillness within your life, and start to see the color and the joy that comes as a result of all of that. Stay creative and wonderful and beautiful, and until next time, bye guys.